Happy Friday, everyone, and thanks for joining us for another episode of the PHNX Suns podcast. I'm Lindsay Smith, that's Saul Bookman, that's Gerald Bourguet, and that's Espo.
Sounds like you forgot.
You guys.
Espo.
Well, you know, I just had to make sure I had the names right. We made it to the end of the week. 2 more sleeps, and Suns basketball is back. Are you guys excited?
I mean, have you heard of Sexy Sax? We have Summer Sol. Let's go.
Summer
I'm ready.
Sol.
I'm fucking ready. Let's go.
Those two things are nothing alike.
They're exactly alike.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, that was a start to the show, that's for sure.
They didn't answer the question, but okay.
We've got a lot of fun stuff in store for you guys today, but we'll start today's show off with updates from practice because, of course, that is the most important thing. And Gerald, we did talk briefly yesterday about the injury situation as far as the Suns goes. And it seems like we got some really good news because DeAndre Ayton was super excited.
Like I say, it was a dogfight today in that scrimmage. Everybody's back. Yeah, man, you can feel full throttle when it comes to it. Everybody's on the same page, and we just care. You know, we got pretty emotional up in here just because we're going super hard and we care, man. That's a great feeling. You know, that's a great feeling. Everybody keeping each other accountable. The gym was loud. Yeah, that's fun, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's fun.
Yeah, so obviously Suns scrimmaged for the first time today, but the big thing that he said in there was everybody was back. So not that DA is breaking news for us right now, but it did seem like Bismack Biyombo and Campaign were both taking part. Busy spoke to us and he's fully back. In Campaign, we saw him on the practice floor after practice. So it looks like they're going to have their full complement of players going into game 1, which is what we've all been wanting and waiting for. I know their 45-win season isn't very impressive, but it's misleading with all the time that guys have missed. And I think compared to last season, you know, when they breezed out to 64 wins and they look at this time of year, we just want everybody healthy, and that's all that really matters. So that's exciting news.
So what you're saying is Campaign is back per DeAndre Ayton, per Gerald Bourguet.
Yes.
All right.
There we go.
It's about time. Everybody's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is exactly what you wanted. There ain't no excuses now.
Nope.
Yeah, you better not.
There's always an
There's
excuse.
I mean, well, you know, you never know when injuries could happen, so I'm not going to say. But right now, you're starting off a series fresh. Everybody's ready to go. They just had a week of rest. I'm excited. Everybody's excited. I think this is a little different than last year. I think last year it was more of like you were excited, but you were also like, we were the number 1 seed. Please don't let it down. Please don't let us down. Please don't let us down. Then they let us down. But this time it's like, all right, we're the 4 seed. The expectation is not for us to win a championship amongst most people in the NBA, even though we are a contender. And if we get there, fantastic. If we win it, even better. But let's just start balling. Let's see where this goes.
I love DeAndre Ayton's attitude. Like, I know people will give him crap, but like he comes with that. The way a lot of us still feel when we know playoff basketball is coming. There's an excitement. A lot of athletes, and D-Book is the master of this, will give you the cool play, right? Oh, you know, it is what it is kind of thing. DeAndre Ayton's like, no, it's playoff time. Let's go. Like, I love that about him.
Well, didn't he quite literally say that to you guys when he was walking up after practice today?
He came up to the media scrum and he was like, let's go. It's the motherfucking playoffs, man. Like he was amped. He was excited. And I love that about DA. You know, a lot of people will take his kind of kid in a candy store vibes and run with it the wrong way sometimes when he doesn't perform up to his standards. But I love that enthusiasm about him. It's one of the things that makes him unique, and it makes him such a great person to talk to on this team as well.
Yeah, I've never, ever hated the way DeAndre Ayton approaches life.
Yeah.
Or the game. Like, you might not like the performance, you might not like everything that comes out of it. That's fine. But the way he talks about playing basketball and playing with his teammates, and the way he talks about being in the NBA, the playoffs, everything, since the day he was 17 years old and was at the U of A, and I got a chance to talk to him in the locker room. Like, he's been the same guy ever since. Just this, like, I'm very happy to be here. I'm excited for this opportunity. And I think that's absolutely fine for him to embrace that. Like, a lot of people were like, well, that means you're not focused, or maybe he's just too nervous, or no, like, he's the same guy. Like, he's not going to change. This is who he is. He balled out in 2021. He balled out last year when it came to the playoffs. Like, I don't expect that to change now. He's excited. He's amped. He's ready. And more importantly, that tells you that his mind, he knows what's about. Like, he knows we're here. Like, this is the playoffs. It's not just another game. Every game is important. Here we go.
Yeah. I mean, and like, how are you going to knock a guy for being excited to do a job that they love doing?
Not.
Give me a break. Anyway, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but Gerald, as DA said, it seems like everyone was out there participating in practice. While we haven't officially heard from Campaign, we did officially hear from Bismack Biyombo on how he's doing.
Didn't know what it was, whether it was my ACL, MCL, or some ligament, because I never, I've had contact with playing the game, but I never just felt that much pain. Didn't start going through the whole idea of, starting the playoffs soon, and like, what is it going to be like, But then, like I said, God is great because, sometimes you need a guardian angel to give, watching over you. And then once they run all the tests, it's just a matter of how much pain you can take after any game. Obviously, game is fun, once the adrenaline goes up, you forget a lot about the pain. And I think for me, it's just being in an environment where, again, it's a blessing to be able to just compete for something in the playoff. I've been in the league, this is my 12th year. Just be in a position to say, look, we're going to push for something. Chance and an opportunity that anybody is willing to take. And obviously, comes with a price. We all got to pay a price, whether it's on a personal level or dealing with stuff like this. But at the end of the day, we have a veteran team, and we all understand what it's going to take and the sacrifice that we all got to make. And again, this is a good opportunity. There's no way I was going to miss the playoff, man. I pray for that so much, man.
Yeah, I mean, I asked him originally at the start of the question. Busy's very eloquent, but I asked him at the start of the question, like, what was going through your mind when you went down? Because it looked like a pretty painful injury. And he was saying, my first thought was MCL, ACL. I was thinking, okay, the playoffs are starting soon. Am I going to be back in time? And after they ran their tests and whatever, it wasn't as bad as they feared. So that's good. And he was saying it's just a matter of kind of playing through the pain. Busy's, we all know, is one of the toughest guys on the team. But he was saying there's no way I was going to miss the playoffs. And he's a very religious person. So he was saying he felt like he had a guardian angel there. So obviously we're very happy to have him there. I do think for this Clippers matchup, Jock is a guy that should come in and get minutes because of the way he can attack some of their small ball lineups. But obviously you want to have everybody healthy, and it's good Busy will be out there.
So build the lesson to learn here is build a hospital in your home country. You get a little extra knee protection.
Yeah, sure.
You put out good things, you get good things.
Exactly.
It's just how the circle of life works. Well, I'm happy to hear that it seems as though everyone is at least on the mend, if not completely there yet, so that we can start these playoffs off on a good foot with a healthy, full squad. Like I said, 2 more sleeps until the first game, which means the first watch party is also just around the corner. That's right. We are going to be hosting watch parties for every away game of the playoffs, and they're going to be happening out at the BetMGM Sportsbook at State Farm Stadium. They're presented by Neutral. They'll have food and drink specials. We'll have giveaways and BetMGM deposit matches as well. So all of our partners who will be out there are going to be hooking it up for you guys. So join us by grabbing your free tickets in the show notes, because we don't want you to miss out on the action. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Those betting specials, you can only get them in person at the event. You can't. That's not something we're going to put out day of the game. Like, you have to get them in person. Otherwise, no soup for you.
Yeah, and it's coming out of Saul's pocket.
It is straight out of my cash flow.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and we want you to take advantage of all of the great things that'll be happening out there. But we know we also have some people who want to get in on the action before the first watch party. So if you haven't already, we do have a bonus code for you for BetMGM. All you have to do is download the BetMGM app, sign up using bonus code PHNX. You place a pregame moneyline wager in the amount of at least $10 on any market at standard odds price, and you will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly, regardless of the outcome of your wager. So just again, make sure that you use that bonus code PHNX when you sign up on the BetMGM app. Now listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Yep.
Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan.
I can confirm that one of the drink specials is margaritas.
Ooh,
Yeah, and also
Rally the Valley margarita.
Yeah, Rally the Valley margaritas.
$6.
fancy.
Also, Gerald is pulling a Pelicans right now. It seems like he's choking.
Oh, come on.
Come on, you were choking. Were you?
Poor
Don't you mean the
Gerald.
Mavs?
It was a tough pill to swallow. It was more like Game 7.
Gerald, do you know what could help you out with that?
What's that?
A Polar Pop from Circle K, just to
Ooh.
wash down all the things that you're choking on there. Plus, it tastes really good. Stays colder longer.
Mhm.
Can't go wrong with a good old Polar Pop from Circle K. I got one on the way into work today because it's Friday. You know, you get a little treat. Also, I needed some gas. So, of course, I'm going to stop at Circle K because they're incredibly convenient because you can find one on almost any corner. Both sides sometimes, too. So, you don't even have to, like, make a left-hand turn if you don't want to. And I very much so appreciate that about Circle K. But they also have iced coffee for just $1.89. They've got 12 packs of beer for $9.99.
Of all the things to point out, sometimes they're on both sides of the street, so you have to turn around.
Bro, you're going to tell me, though, like during rush hour traffic, especially in Central Phoenix where they have that suicide lane, that you literally can't make a left-hand turn sometimes? That's super convenient.
I don't even know how to use the suicide lane, so I
Well,
don't.
If you
That's
did,
scary.
you would
It is
know
scary.
how valuable it is to
The
have
fact that
Circle
they
K's
call
on
it a
both sides of the
Especially
road.
if you're
lane.
Derek Zoolander and can't turn left.
Exactly. Gerald, you get it. And so does Circle K. That's why I love them. But make sure you're not missing out on all the great stuff that Circle K has to offer. Head to circlek.com /store-locator to find Circle K's near you. We did get a super chat from Devin. Thank you so much, Devin. Said y'all are spot on about DA's attitude. If Book, Katie, and CP3 are going to be the cold-blooded dogs on this team, I'm here for some puppy energy from DA.
Puppy energy.
I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a compliment. That's how I'm reading that one.
By the way, I've seen in the chat from the Valley Sickos a handful of times over the last few days the question about will this playoff game be blacked out? No, it will not be blacked out. You'll be able to watch it on Bally and on whatever national TNT or ESPN or NBA TV that's carrying it. So you should be able to see it however you want. But if you want to guarantee it, check out our friends at Fubo.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, the thing about Bally's, I think that people get confused about is because the hometown broadcasts can still broadcast the first round of the
Yep.
playoffs, and then it goes strictly to national broadcast. So I think that maybe makes it a little bit confusing for people because you're like, well, if Bally's has it, then if I'm not in town, can I not watch it? It's playoffs, WTF. But it's like Espo said, you'll be able to watch it. It just gets a little confusing. So we got a new shoe, you guys.
We did.
Devin got a new shoe.
He did.
Not the one we were looking for.
No, but it's still a really good one.
He
Let's
got a
look at it.
commercial too.
Yeah. Emma, shoe. So Devin got a Chuck 70 collab with Converse, and they're pretty clean. I like them a lot.
I love that damn car finds its way into almost everything.
Of course it does, Espo.
has
If
to.
you had
Where's
that
his
car,
dog,
you
though?
wouldn't put it in everything too?
Where's Book's dog though? The dog and the car go hand in hand. I want to see that.
I mean, that's fair. But A Phoenix in the chat said that commercial goes hard, not gonna lie. They did a really good job with how they launched everything, all the marketing around it, and obviously everyone wanted it because they sold out pretty quickly.
I don't know if it's true, but they said allegedly PHX Scotty says they sold out in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of the sizes sold out online pretty fast. I know some places you could get them in stores,
Foot Lockers.
but a lot of the sizes were gone like almost instantly.
Yeah.
Online, total, everything, sold out 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was pretty cool. The shoe had a pretty cool shout out to Arizona on the back. Instead of the typical Converse logo on one of the heels, it had a Arizona license plate that paid homage to Book's car too.
You know what? Devin Booker, I'm trying to think of what the best way to say it is, but Devin Booker is like quietly like efficient as fuck. Like he sells out his stuff.
Right.
Like it's wildly popular, despite the fact that the national media or people around the country will try to make you believe that nobody talks about Devin Booker.
Mhm.
Like his shit pops off every time. Like he does not miss
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the game and outside of the game. He does not miss. That is dope as hell.
I think people just want to hate on
Yeah.
Book. I don't think they want
Hashtag
to
Team
admit
Redskins.
that they
Always.
were wrong initially
Always.
and that he was going to be who he became. And now they're just like, well, I'm just going to double down on it instead of just being like, Devin is clearly marketable. People clearly like Devin Booker. It's the proof is in the pudding, like you said. The shoe sold out in 30 minutes, you guys.
I do have a problem with the commercial.
What?
I mean, the shoes are like an off-white shoe, right?
Mm.
But they put him in the middle of like the dustiest place they could find. Like, come on, those kicks aren't looking pristine after you
Espo,
leave
do you
there.
shuffle your feet
Yes,
when
he
you
does.
walk?
A million
Yes.
percent
So
he
that's
does.
why-
That's why he
I can
shovels
walk
shoes
in
like that.
dirt
Yes.
in white shoes and
Yes.
still have white
Thank
shoes
you.
if you pick up your
Yes.
feet when you
No,
walk.
because there's dust kicking up all over the
Because
place.
you're
foot
shoveling
dragger
your
over
feet.
here is
No,
definitely
no.
not keeping his shoes clean.
Also, why don't you put some like repellent on them to also kind of help with the
Oh,
dirt?
now I gotta buy repellent after I spend $95 on a pair of shoes.
it's
you put
because you spent $95 on a
Did
pair
you
of
put
shoes.
a case on
You
your
should
phone?
protect them.
Do you have a case
No.
on your phone?
No, I don't.
Liar.
Oh,
On your,
we
you have
want-
a case on that iPad?
No.
No and
Well,
no.
You're a
Wow.
mess,
That's a case.
so I can't help
That's
you.
not a
That's a
case.
You're a mess. I can't help you.
Diamond
Espo.
technology.
You should just slap the iPad out of his hand.
Yeah.
I guess you should have got a case.
So we actually asked. Book was asked about it at practice the other day about the shoes, and he was saying he wanted them to be kind of a blank canvas. And I feel like this goes with kind of his old school style a little bit. Like he cares about classics. So he was saying he loves the silhouette of the shoe, and he was sending them to some of his friends, and he wants to see what kind of art they put on the shoe.
Mhm.
So I think that look and that vibe of just keeping it basic was very intentional and paying homage to, a classic.
Also, I just want to say this. Espo might not have covers for his stuff. Guarantee he has Apple Care, though.
You got Apple Care?
Do they sell Converse Care? So when I
Yeah, it's called
Inevitably
getting
get-
spray for your shoes. That's what you buy. That's exactly what it is.
I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, no, I know my guy. I know he has that.
No, but Gerald, I do like that because honestly, if these were widely available where you could get your hands on them after 30 minutes of them dropping, these would be the type of shoe that you could buy two of and one that you create some art on and then one that you keep kind of classic.
Yeah.
But I love these shoes because I like lighter colored shoes, except for my black Converse, which I tapped into earlier this season, that I've always gone for white, off-white, neutrals, tans, things in that nature. So these shoes are right up my alley, but to also be able to kind of create some art on them would be really dope. And if you wanted to take it an extra level, you could even commission like an actual local artist to put something really dope on that shoe too.
Yeah. And if you do, send it to Book because he said he's going to be posting some of the shoes when he gets the artwork back from some of his friends on what they've done with the shoe. So
Well, there
maybe
you
you'll wind
go.
up on his Insta. Who knows?
There you go.
Book, send me a pair of my 6-year-old. Do some art on them. For me.
That's why you don't deserve a pair anymore.
No,
you don't
yeah.
understand
After that comment, never. Also,
Sorry, I was throwing shade at you.
there is also a comment asking, will there be another drop? Will they continue to
That's
sell
a
the
good
shoe at some other
question.
point? I would love to know that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
that would be nice.
I'm saving all my shekels for the D-book
The
one
actual
in
basketball shoe.
2024. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine those will be off-white. I think we'll get some purple and orange on them. So
You would think, but maybe there's also some multitude of colorways. I would like to see more colorways than just one.
screw that.
You
Give
should
me
still
purple
protect
and
those though.
You
Well, I'm
probably
not
should.
gonna wear them. They'll be my studio shoes. So.
There we go.
It's like
It's like,
your
it's like your,
studio
it's like
shoes.
your house slippers.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
My studio
gosh.
shoes are like my house slippers.
But Saul, to your point early on in this conversation about people not thinking that Devin's things will sell, whether it's shoes or jerseys or just that he's not a guy that people actually want to root for or enjoy. Well, there's some proof from the NBA
Mm-hmm.
that is on your side as well. And that shows up in jersey sales. So Mark J. Spears tweeted the top selling jerseys list based on NBAstores.com sales from the second half of the 2022-23 season. Kevin Durant Suns jersey number 6, Devin Booker Suns jersey number 7. That's pretty high up there.
And Suns merchandise overall, number 4 in the NBA.
4?
Number 4
That's
in the
pretty
NBA.
impressive.
This is a major market in the NBA. I don't care what anybody says. When things are good here, it's like I had said earlier in the year, top 8 market, if not better. This is a real NBA city. And I think they're about to show everybody why over the next 2 months.
Yeah, they did such a good job of not rebranding themselves, but rebranding their style to a degree, and started with the Valley jerseys and really the aesthetic of that. Incorporating the black, first of all, I think that's an easy call. And they continue that on with this year's jerseys as well. And then they throw a curveball, and other teams have done curveballs and they have not played out. Like we saw the sunrise bullshit that the Utah Jazz did with all the red and stuff, and it was terrible. They did turquoise, and there was reasoning behind it. And the little accents that they put on those jerseys really made it pop off and really grab a lot of attention. And I think that jersey as well has really, popped off across the country. So, I mean, the Suns, you got to give the Suns credit. They have done a very, very good job of kind of rebranding their image into like this really cool image. At the same time, the team just happened to become very, very good.
It worked out real well.
It's like they planned it. Like, hey, we're going to be really shitty, so let's drop this gray fucking sleeved jersey because nobody's going to want to buy that. We have a bunch of trash ass players. Let's wait until they get better, and then we'll drop the cool shit. And they did.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
We're on the up and up.
I mean, you do got to give the
They were
Suns
playing
credit.
chess. We were all playing checkers.
Stop hating the gray
Stop.
jersey.
Stop defending us.
You're already on
You
thin
take the
ice.
sleeves off that, and it's a good
You
jersey.
are
great-
already
it's a
on
good and
thin
terrible
ice
jersey.
today.
The gray jersey is what your shoes look like when you don't get the repel.
You know what's repellent? Each and every one of you.
It's tough.
We're just trying to help you out.
No,
That's
you're
what
not. You're really not.
You refuse to take our advice. You asked the question, how do you keep them clean? I gave you an answer and you got mad about it.
Yeah, because I'm not spending extra.
But you asked the question.
Yeah, and I didn't like the answer.
Well,
Oh my God.
dear God. You know what you need?
Oh,
You need some OGs.
Yeah.
You
Give
do.
me a lot of OGs.
You need some OGs. You need to have a calm, chill out moment and then maybe some fun on the other side so you can forget about how dirty your shoes are.
Yeah, the
and I've got
vibe ain't
just the thing for
immaculate
you.
right now.
I've got just the thing for you, Espo. 1, their Scratch Made THC gummies, top notch. 2, they're going to be at Budsapalooza tonight in downtown Phoenix, and you should go because it's going to be a lot of fun. And everyone listening and watching right now should also go because not only is it going to be a blast, but you can also get your hands on this exclusive collab tee that is on the screen. Saul is wearing it on the show. It's this multicolored blue tie-dye. It's got Phoenix on it, and it says the vibes are immaculate. Look at Max bringing in the product placement and everything. All of the stuff is live, and you can get your hands on this tee tonight at Budsapalooza. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, check out budsapalooza.com. It's a great event. It's happening kind of where First Fridays is in downtown on Roosevelt. So it's going to be a blast. Plus, our PHNX Variety Show is going to be live from there.
One of my
You know
favorites.
that's always a
But
good time.
that's not all.
What
Our
else?
guy Mitch is here
Ooh.
from Denver, and he's got a whole bunch of other merch that you can buy, including the D-backs, the new D-back shirt that we dropped,
Okay.
some Suns gear. So come out, you'll get some freebies too, some stickers.
Did we
like-
check the bag? He didn't sneak any of that Nuggets crap down here, did he?
I don't believe so. He knew what was at hand.
Mitch is the merch man extraordinaire, and he's got all the goodies. So make sure you get down to Budsapalooza tonight. Don't miss out on the action. Speaking of not missing out, Espo, we obviously know that playoffs are around the corner. Our friends over at Game Time are always here to help us get into the games that we want to get into, the concerts we want to get into, and they also help by limiting how much we have to spend to get into these events. They don't have hidden fees. They've got the little thing that you can say fees included. So you know exactly what price you're out the door with when it comes to buying tickets. What's the playoff games looking like?
We're gonna play a little pricing game,
Oh, are
everybody.
we?
Yeah,
let's do it.
We
We got
are.
the
Now
fan show
you-
voice.
Welcome into not The Price is Right, because we get sued if I called it that. But call it whatever you'd like. I'm going to ask you guys to guess what it would cost to get into Game 2
Game 2.
of Suns Clippers on Tuesday on Game Time.
213.
So,
245.
Gerald.
150.
Gerald, I will happily take your money, as will I take Lindsay's and Saul's, because I could get in for into the game almost 3 times with your $150
What?
guess.
Wait, what?
$58 for tickets to Game 2 right now
Wow.
on Game Time. Use that code PHNX, and you're going to save $20 on your first order. You could get in for $38 to Game 2 on Tuesday
Are you
night.
for real? $38?
$58
Oh,
minus
58?
minus
Oh,
the
oh,
$20
I see.
offer
Gotcha.
we
Sorry.
give. $38 you can get in the door.
Holy
That's
shit.
impressive.
Were you not mathing?
No, I wasn't.
And as we learned from
It's
from
Friday. I don't
from
do math
our
on
interview
Fridays.
yesterday from Mr. Hahn, you should heckle Russell Westbrook when you're in
It's
there.
true.
So
He did say that.
$58, yell at Russell Westbrook, make him play poorly. It's a great value.
Can we get DeMar DeRozan's daughter out there?
Dude,
Uh,
can this be
sure.
a Stan account for her? Can we turn this into that? That was incredible. The prices on the Game Time app are also incredible. And if you guys want to snag tickets without the stress, make sure you download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code, like Espo said, PHNX, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code PHNX for $20 off. So download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Okay, guys, I said we were going to have some fun, and this is where that officially, and we've had fun so far, but this is where it
I was
the
gonna
rest
say.
of the show
officially
sucked.
ramps up the fun, okay?
Okay.
Because we're talking about awards. We're going to give out some awards here
All right.
on the PHNX Suns show. And for now, we'll focus on the Suns, okay? I don't want to go down the negative of like what national people think about the Suns. It's just us. It's
Mhm.
just us and our community. And those opinions are all that matters today.
So screw you, Kendrick Perkins, is what she's saying.
So let's talk about some awards. Obviously, MVP, MIP, Defensive Player of the Year. Those are some of the ones we'll talk about. And we also got some fun ones like the best bromance or the best newcomer or the best drip. Where do you guys want to start?
We might as well get the boring ones out of the way.
Okay.
They're not boring.
Who the hell's the MVP then?
Book, always.
That's boring. We already knew that.
It's not boring though.
But it's fun to watch.
You can't take it for granted. We love
what?
Devin Booker.
My MVP isn't Devin Booker this year.
is
Oh boy.
Torrey Craig.
Okay, I mean, I
Please
get
ex-
what you're saying.
Please explain.
The man has been asked to do a little of everything this year. He's asked to fill in for freaking Jay Crowder when he was supposed to be a bench player.
Yeah.
Then he was asked to
Gerald,
fill in
I
for
cannot
McHale
take you
at one
seriously
point.
at all right now. You're really trying hard to explain this. And I'm like, what was their record when Book was out?
Yeah.
They did their best.
They did well enough to keep the 4 seed.
They did.
No, they didn't. They were almost on the verge of being out of the playoffs by the
They
time
did.
Book came
They
back.
did enough to hold them above water, and then Book came
You
back.
can't even say it with a straight face.
Come on, Book's always gonna win MVP. Well, maybe not now with KD here, but
Oh man.
for like 8
Yeah.
straight years, Book's been the MVP here.
It's the guy who put up a 28-6-5 stat
Yeah.
line this
I
year.
mean, that's fair. All right.
It's that guy.
But we
We
had
have
to give him
some
some
guy to
flowers.
debate.
I mean,
Yeah.
he had a
Give him
career
some
high
flowers.
27.8 points per game. That's pretty cool. That's good for him. And I think his 49 field goal percentage was also a career high. So it's pretty impressive that as young as he started, as much as we've seen him add to his game, he's still improving. He's still barely entering his prime. So that's exciting for what's ahead.
Yes. All right. Defensive Player of the Year. Who would you give that to on the Sun squad?
I'm going to go Josh Okogie, but it's also very close to me because I think, to Espo's point, I think Torrey Craig's versatility has been severely underappreciated. He has taken abuse like nobody's business
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
And to stick your face back in there time and time and time again and try to take charges and defend some tough dudes down low. I mean, props to you, sir. So I'm going to give it to Josh because I think he's the best defender. but Torrey Craig deserves honorable mention for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Josh. I think back to that game in Houston when he met Jalen Green at the peak of his jump shot, absolutely like inhaled that basketball, went down court and then dunked on him. Like those are plays. He's had like several of those plays this season. And that was one of the most underrated plays of the entire NBA season, Suns or not. So it's got to be him, especially with the role that he's filling now that Mikhail's gone as being that point of attack defender. But I do want to give a shout out to Bismack Biyombo as well because
You mean Bizblock Biyombo?
Yeah, Bizblock Biyombo, because he's been unreal at blocking the basketball this year, and he's been quietly underrated in that regard throughout his career. So it's always fun to watch him come in the game for like 12 minutes and leave with like 2 or 3 blocks. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's a Kogi, but Bismack, for me, the impact per minute on the defensive end. And it was almost contagious. When you saw him go out there and get a lot of blocks, DA was a little bit more aggressive in trying to challenge some of those shots, especially towards the end of the year. So I like both those guys, but I'll give the nod to Kogi like you guys.
Yeah, I think the chat is all in agreement with us as well that, Josh Okogie is the answer here, but shout out to Busy and Torrey Craig for all of their hustle and energy and effort as well throughout the season. Okay, most improved player.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, Gerald. Just start us off. Do it. I'm on your team. I'm on your team.
I know you are. I know that Saul is not, but nobody on the Suns roster improved more than Mikal Bridges did this year.
I thought you were going to say Landry Shamet.
No. And I know he's no longer on the roster, obviously. But
Do you though? Do you know?
Yes, but
he was on the roster for a good majority of the season
because
too.
It sure as shit wasn't Book. It wasn't DA. KD was here for 8 games. Like, who else was most improved?
I think you could make an argument for an Ish Wainwright or a Jock Landale. I think both those guys showed growth from where they were at.
Not when their stats were the same or worse.
I would actually make the argument for Josh Okogie, to be honest with you, because at the beginning of the season he wasn't getting any run.
He turned into a knockdown three-point shooter.
Yes, and defense. He's become such a valuable, reliable piece of this offense. Or of this team, and that's definitely not something we were talking about before the season started, for sure. So I think in terms of that spectrum, I think Josh came just as far as Mikal did.
No,
I absolutely think so, for sure. Because I'm taking them as how they played as a Phoenix Sun. I can't count what they're doing with the Nets, because the Nets' role is completely different for Mikal Bridges.
Even before he left the Suns, he was averaging a season high in scoring. He had put together a month where he was starting to show this breakthrough could
on
be
the
possible.
heels of a month where he was playing awful.
Yeah, and that's part of the struggle, and that's playing without Devin Booker. Like, where was Josh Okogie during that stretch? Everybody sucked during that stretch.
And I feel like that struggle is what helped him get to the point where he is now, too. You kind of got to go through the thick of it to come out on the other side.
Congratulations in Brooklyn.
I do think Mikal Bridges is a top contender for that. I also do agree with you guys, though. Josh Okogie is a good pick there as well.
Devin Booker.
Oh my God. This guy.
I feel like he's trying
he's just trolling right now.
Me?
Is this a troll? This is a troll segment.
Espo, how dare you?
Craig
Okay, so we're
Trolls
split. We're Josh Okogie and Mikal Bridges, 50-50. So most of the people have said, though, in the chat that they're team Josh Okogie, but a couple are still team Mikal. So I don't know that we'll come up with a full-blown answer on this one.
Let it go. He don't play for us anymore.
That doesn't mean we have to hate him.
Yeah.
I don't hate him.
You don't have to hate
You are
him.
so
don't hate
ready
him.
to turn your back on him
No,
and forget he ever
he
existed.
doesn't play for the Phoenix Suns.
I low-key.
That's it.
He played most of the season
I
for
don't
the
think
Suns.
you ever liked
But he doesn't
Mikal.
play now for the Phoenix Suns. That's my point.
I don't think Saul ever liked Mikal and was just like secretly
Lindsay,
waiting.
you stop right
waiting
now,
for the
ma'am.
Suns to get rid of him. Saul was like, get this guy off my team. I hate his
Do not do
stinking
this
guts.
today.
That's who you are, aren't you?
Stop.
Tinfoil hat, that Espo.
Saban Lee is the most improved player on the Phoenix Suns. Did you see him in that final game of the season? He went from not on the roster to being that guy.
You tried to pass the rock over here, and he just launched a half-court shot with
He
20 on
said
the
I
shot
wasn't
clock.
paying attention. What happened?
3/4 court.
I'll say this. The reason why I am a little opposed to the Mikal stuff is because, yes, he was tremendous when he was with here, and he's one of the better people you could ever come across. I am not taking that away. But I'm like, He doesn't play for the Suns anymore. And for me,
Mhm.
I compartmentalize. That's what my therapist has told me,
Mhm.
and I move on immediately. Like once they're gone, and I don't look back. Like it's time to move on.
Well,
Ask
that
every
healthy?
single one
it's
of
not
my.
an
That's how-
emotional
is that
argument.
healthy?
It's just Mikal was the most improved player compared to last year who played for the
But
Suns
from an
this year.
emotional standpoint, is that healthy?
I'm there. I'm right there with
1,000,000%.
Saul, though. Ask all my exes.
Yes, ask my exes. Ask both of my
Mikal
wives.
Bridges
In
is
no
not
way
an
is
ex
that
of
the same
yours.
thing.
Once I cut the cord and I signed the decree, was it done? I was done.
In
Lord
no
have
way are
mercy.
these the same thing.
Emma, we were asked to put a poll in the chat and let the people decide.
Let the people decide.
So
Between
yeah, Jasper
Mikal?
said put a poll and let us decide. So it's between Mikal Bridges and Josh Okogie for most improved player
I like that.
on the Suns team this year. We're gonna let you guys decide because clearly this is starting a war here at the PHNX Suns crew. Lord have mercy.
I wonder who I will. I'm ready for 2024 for Mikal Bridges to be most approved for the Suns next year too.
God bless.
You're a mess.
He played as many games for the Suns as Devin Booker did. What are we doing here?
Hey, you know what? Kevin Durant was the most improved. He went from averaging nothing for the Phoenix Suns
There you go.
to everything.
I mean, that's it.
There we go.
That's it.
Unbelievable. Haters.
I want a
you
divorce
are
from Cheryl.
haters.
Haters.
Major haters. Lord have
All
mercy.
right, the
Okay,
poll is
while we
live.
wait for the poll results to come in, let's do a couple more. We've got best bromance.
Is there one?
Yes.
There
It's-
was, but he doesn't play
No.
for the Phoenix Suns
No,
anymore.
There was
I
one.
just, it's like you put that in the fucking chat just so you can bring up Cam and
Hold
Mikal.
on.
They don't play for the Suns anymore.
awards.
I
come up
did.
with best bromance.
I
did it.
That was an
And
award
this-
I wanted.
This one is damn easy, and you're all overlooking it. All
It's
right.
KD and Jock.
No, it's Katie and Devin Booker. The two flirted since last June, wanted to be with each other, and finally got their way in February.
Oh my
That's the best
I don't-
romance.
They're like two of the most like under the radar. Bromance
chill
is like out,
bromance?
bromance is like out in the
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Were the go-to answer before the two of them were moved.
right.
But after that, I don't know that there is like a front runner for the best bromance. I do think Katie and Jock have potential, but I don't know that there's a front runner.
Here's a cheesy one.
Okay.
How about the Suns fans and Al McCoy because it's their last season together.
Ain't
Yeah.
nothing
That's
cheesy
not a
about
bromance.
that.
That's a lifelong love affair.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
How about this?
Don't discredit that relationship to simply a bromance.
That's fair. How about we go back, way back, right?
Oh God.
Monty and Da. I mean,
Stop it. God, you're just on a kick today.
Oh my God. All right, we got a couple from the chat. A
Uh-huh.
Phoenix says Biz and Ish. PHX Scotty
They'd
said
be
Ross
Bish.
and Ish. Is Ish Wainwright? Does he need to be included in one of these? I mean, Ish Wainwright
feel
is
like
a lovable character.
I feel like
Ish and
everybody
muscles.
just yeah. I feel like Ish just everybody likes Ish, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like Terrence Ross and Busy because they played together in Toronto for a while. I don't know.
hey Emma, can I get the 2-shot here?
Oh, here we go.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Why'd
Where
you
is
give it
this
to him? God damn it.
We got to stop passing him the rock.
I know, right?
I think I'm gonna make the pitch. Go back to the 2-shot. Emma, give me my 2-shot. All right, thank you. I'm going to make my pitch. The best bromance, and we've seen it play out on this show. No, it's not Saul and I. It's Jock and I. That's the best bromance this year.
How does
That's like-
somebody
You know, I'll
how did-
give you that,
He made
Espo.
it about himself.
I'll give you that.
Why would you give him that at all?
Because Espo needs a W. He's been taking L's all show long. I will give you this win, Espo.
Yes,
Oh my
Jock, we're
God.
besties.
I'll give you that.
Greg Esposito.
Who's that? Nobody knows that name.
Okay,
Oh my
wait, no.
God.
Here's a good one from Mark, DA, and Campaign. They still have fun together.
Do they?
They were like,
I
if
mean,
it was Mikal and Cam, then it was also DA and also Campaign in that order.
Well, like
so
they
you
were,
still have that connection between DA and Cam.
they would like dance before games.
Yeah,
and stuff,
exactly.
But I don't know.
Fine. Sorry, Mark. I tried.
I don't know.
Sorry, Mark. They just poo-pooed all over your great idea.
It was.
Yell at them.
I don't like. There's not that many bromances on the roster anymore.
There's not.
They all
Okay.
get along, but
Well, let's move on then, because we can't come to a conclusive decision on that one either.
We haven't come to a conclusive decision on like any of them.
Oh, I like
Nope.
this one for the chat. Book and Bad Bunny.
That's on the same level as you and Jock.
All right, best newcomer.
Jock dropped a diss track on me. I missed it.
Every time you're on the show, I suppose.
This is true. This is very true.
Best newcomer.
KD.
Yeah.
Originally, I was going to go with Josh Okogie, and then I was like, wait, hold on, you idiot. Kevin Durant is on your team now.
Yeah.
Did you forget about
Yeah.
that?
It's Kevin
It's
Durant.
obviously
Be
Kevin
Be kinder
Durant.
to yourself, but it's Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Well, I was like, who's the best newcomer on this team? Who surprised me the most? I was like, well, obviously Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
duh. But
yeah.
Josh Okogie, I do think there's a fair case to be made. In the exact same case of the most improved player. I don't think anybody, when Josh signed with the Suns in the offseason, thought he was going to be a starter by the end of
No.
the season.
No.
Nobody anticipated getting what we've gotten out of Josh Okogie this year.
Yeah, you hoped the defense would be there, but you had no idea that he would, especially in the last couple months, turn on the 3-point shooting, be a guy who can initiate offense, be a screener, be a madman on the offensive glass. Like he's found ways to impact the game aside from just the defense that we knew he would bring from his Timberwolves days.
Not a player, but for me, the originative jersey.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I like that.
That's
when
a
we
good
first
choice.
heard about it in the offseason, some of us, particularly me, hated
Only
the idea
you.
of it. Shut
Only
it.
you.
Shut it. I was not
Like-
on this panel. Yes,
Some of
but
us, no, it
around
was
the
just one
internet,
guy.
I was not the
Well,
only
there's
one.
still
in
people that don't
Yeah.
like it, but
But to me, that turned out to be a really, not only the look, but what it represented. That was a really cool thing. And now I feel like, okay, turquoise has a meaning in this franchise. So I'll give that best newcomer.
I like that. That's a good answer. Okay, best drip. Who you guys picking?
For me, it's DA.
yeah.
Yeah,
DA's
that's who I
drip.
put down too.
For a 7-footer to find the clothes and the sizes that he wears and to still look good. And the thing is he's not afraid to try things out.
I love that the most. Like the
Yes.
other day, he was wearing almost kind of like bell-bottom pants, and I loved it. It was so great. I looked at the comments in the picture. There's so many dudes in there being like, "This ain't it, DA. This is such a miss." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's because y'all don't understand."
Yeah. Also,
And
if you,
DA rocked the hell out of that
and if-
outfit.
and if you have that kind of money, you're just exposed to a little bit of a different fashion world than the
You just
regular
built
people like
different.
us. Yeah, you're just different. I love it.
Yeah, it's got to be DA for me. Plus the chains that he wears are just like
Yeah.
they're really
Mhm.
impressive.
Definitely Mr. T-ish.
Yeah.
The coaching staff. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like a
God,
good
he's-
quarter
Okay.
He's
quarter
working
zip,
so
baby.
hard over here.
Nothing like
But-
a good
Working
quarter zip.
so hard over
My
here.
guy with the glasses, I always forget his name. You know the
Oh,
coach with
yeah,
the
Oh,
glasses?
Mutombo.
Patrick Mutombo.
Yes, thank
yeah,
you.
he's very
His
stylish.
glasses are amazing.
Mhm.
Best glasses by far. If we put a category in here for who had the best eyewear, sorry, Espo, he takes the cake.
Screw you.
Those glasses are fantastic. His whole vibe is good.
You just hurt him so
You
deep.
just
I gave you
just-
a win like 5 minutes
you just
ago. Okay,
turned
count
his
your
whole
blessings.
thing around against him.
That's brutal.
No, but his glasses are really cool. I love them a lot. Every time I see him in a shot in a
I'm
game,
a-
I'm like, God, I love
don't
those
know.
glasses.
I'm gonna go buy Patrick Mutombo's glasses and wear
You
them.
should.
I don't know how Lindsay is doing this right now,
Mhm.
but every time Espo has something to say, Lindsay agrees, but then inevitably twists it
Yep.
to stab him right in the heart every single time. It's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Compliment sandwich.
You can tell. Oh, good Ted Lasso
Yeah,
reference.
there we
Yeah, I got nothing.
Sorry, Espo. Eric in the chat said Book got style too.
He does.
Book
He
is
does.
honorable mention for sure. I do like the way that Devin dresses.
Of course, she likes the guy that wears a beanie.
Duh. All right, shall we look at the poll results and see what everyone
do it.
said?
I'm already
This
prepared
is for most
disappointment.
improved player. The answer is Josh Okogie.
Oh, look
Oh.
at that.
It was 53% to 47%.
Ooh, that was close.
So it was a very close race. So at least Gerald, you and I are not out of pocket for
Yeah, you
throwing
were,
Mikkel's name in the hat on that one. Yeah, no, we're definitely not. Sorry, Espo, I didn't mean to throw shade at you. It's just that it's so sunny outside, and my Shady Rays sunglasses just do
Her best
so
one yet.
wonders
That was such
for
a choreograph.
blocking out the sun. You know,
That was
you know, I
fantastic.
love Shady Rays sunglasses. They're fantastic, and Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they'll send you a brand new pair, no questions asked.
I love it.
Also, if you don't love your Shady Rays purchase, you can exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days.
Can we exchange our
when you
Lindsay
shop.
too?
Lindsay,
Sorry.
has,
Past the
Lindsay,
30-day return, Mark Esbo, you're stuck with it.
Lindsay has absolutely gone full Ernie Johnson on us.
Yeah.
And has twisted the knife back to Charles and Shaq multiple times,
Yep.
which is
Listen, I said we were going to have some
was-
fun on this Friday, and that means I'm going to throw some shade and just like elbows. You know?
Aside
I've never been happier to know that Lindsay has a week-long vacation. Like, I am so happy. And then I'm gone for a week. This is just perfect.
Oh man! Aside from your
Anyway.
thank read, that was your best ad yet.
Oh,
I think.
thank you.
1,000,000%.
Well, you know, we do have an actual like promotion for you guys exclusively for our listeners. Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Okay, so we got a super chat here from Trevor. Thank you, Trevor, for your super chat. They said, got my son's brew at Total Wine. Last time they were out of stock. They are all restocked just in time for the playoffs. We know we love our Four Peaks Suns brew. The cans are phenomenal. You won't find a better looking can of beer that also has a better tasting beer inside that can. So it's like 2 wins, 1 beer. And we love our friends over at Four Peaks so much. We're going to be having our NFL draft party out there. The PHNX Cardinals crew will be out there doing a live show, bringing you all the action. Four Peaks is going to be providing all of the beer, obviously not for free, but they've got the best beer in the Valley. So you're definitely going to want to hang out there and take some of that in. They've got fantastic food, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. They've got outdoor, indoor spaces. So if you want to take in all the action on April 27th, register for free in the link in our show notes to take advantage of the beer specials, because they do have specials on the beer. We're talking $3 and $5 specials for different beers that they offer. Just a reminder, you do have to be 21 years or older to enjoy Four Peaks beer, and we ask that you enjoy
could
responsibly.
you have read that at any better or worse of a time?
Yeah.
I need a beer.
That was
right
really
now.
good.
Yeah, not
Jesus
good.
Buddha
Christ,
Baker just
fans.
requested a trade.
Wait, what happened?
Buddha
Buddha
Baker literally
Baker
just requested a
requested
trade
a
while
trade.
you were reading
While
that
you were
ad.
reading your
Well,
Four
look
Peaks
at me
ad.
go. Now you guys can talk about it.
What we should
Oh
do
my
is we
God.
should get out of here.
We should
the
wrap up.
So the Cardinals guys can come in here and
Yeah.
talk about the biggest news that we
Yeah,
got.
they'll be fine.
But I want to do this last thing real quick.
Yeah, we
do
gotta
it real
I
quick.
actually put work into
Okay.
this
No,
one.
no, yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're
Sounds
we're
good.
gonna finish the show.
Let's
Okay,
finish the
well,
show.
hang tight, everybody. If you want to breaking news, Cardinal stuff, it'll be here in like 3 minutes. But before we give them this studio, we got to hand out some awards to each other.
Yes.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm handing out the biggest pain in the ass award. No,
Wait,
I'm just
wait.
kidding.
Hold on. Before you guys do this,
Mm.
let me know who you're giving the award to first. Say their
Okay.
name, please.
I will give out Lindsay's award
Oh
first.
boy.
Okay.
Throw some shade, Espo.
Okay, let's put it up on the screen. I'm giving Lindsay the award for taking all the safe bets, thinking she will win, and still didn't.
Oh, thank you. I
Damn.
still made quite a bit of money. So
Yes, you did.
I'll take
so,
that
let's go with Gerald next.
Okay.
We'll give Gerald the next award for the most puns. Oh, that's not the right one.
Wow.
That was the right for saying, "Oh no," the most on the program.
Image. That's a fair
Apparently,
award.
I'm Ron Burgundy. You put whatever you want on the screen, I'll read it and act as if it's mine. And then they saw one for having the best Weekend at Bernie's impersonation
Oh my
on the show.
That's a good one.
Sometimes I'm talking and he looks like he's dead.
Yes, this is true. This is true. I
That's
don't
great.
deny this. I do not deny this.
That is
Oh
great.
my
I'll go
gosh.
next. I'll do Espo first.
Joy.
Espo, you win my award for the shiniest tinfoil hat for the most amusingly batshit Suns conspiracy
Yes.
theories
Yes.
around. Congratulations.
Solid
I was
award.
looking for that.
Let's do Saul next. Saul, you win the Swollest Calves Award
Let's go.
for never being afraid to live his truth
Let's
wearing
go.
shorts on
That's
camera.
wearing shorts on camera. camera.
Oh,
Holy shit.
perfect.
That's so dope.
And then let's do Lindsay's last. Lindsay, your award is the Best Dressed Award for the stylish beanie collection that screams, "My weather app stopped working."
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Thanks, Gerald.
Congrats,
That's
everyone.
I like that one.
All right. You want to go,
Saul?
Lindsay, or you want me to
No,
go?
we may as well just go down the line.
Okay.
here.
Let me find out what I sent Emma. Sorry. I can't remember.
She'll put it on the screen, you know.
No, I know. I got you. Okay. So first one's for Lindsay. And this one is the Gizmo Award.
Okay.
Because for the person who is sweet, but if you put her in the wrong conditions, she will turn into a fucking beast.
There.
Oh,
That's
I
a good
love
one.
that.
Gremlins
That's pretty
reference.
perfect.
And then we'll do Gerald next. Gerald gets the Ted Mosby Award for being the person who actually corrects people the most.
I appreciate that,
So
actually.
there you
Yeah,
go,
that's
yeah.
a fun one. I like that.
And then my final award is the Neil deGrasse Tyson Award for the person who knows the most about the history and science of the Suns.
What is that photo?
I did not pick any of the photos. That was
That
all
was-
Emma.
that's
That
the
was one
Phoenix
of you yelling.
Suns are the
Exactly.
best team in the NBA.
I thought somebody just punched me. I didn't know.
Like,
What the-
"Ah!"
I feel like all your photos are you screaming or yelling into the mic.
That's me on the show. What do you want?
All right. I'll do Saul first. Saul gets the F-bomb award for the most swears said on the show and coming up with the 11s thing, which
11's
worked
up.
out really well. Loved that.
It's a real sign.
All right, Espo. I know, we learned that on the show. Espo, you get the Troll Award for riling up the most opposing fans this season.
I was right, Pelicans
You
fans.
were.
I
You were.
was right.
You were right, but it was really fun to watch you just get under their skin all season long. And then Gerald, you get the Head Palm Award for the most puns and dad jokes said on the show,
I love
where I had to say, Gerald,
it. Gerald,
that's one. 2 more and you're out of here.
I love it.
It was a good season, you guys. I'm
Mhm.
really excited for playoffs. Obviously, it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And then, of course, we got to hand out a couple other awards. Now, listen, I wasn't going to make Emma make her own awards graphic, but we got to give Emma
Yes.
the Producer Extraordinaire Award
Yes.
for coming in this season, helping us take the show to the next level, and of course, dealing with all of our
Mainly
ridiculous
for dealing with
shenanigans.
all of
Dealing
us.
with our
Yeah.
shit.
Her
Thank you.
eminence.
Yeah.
And then we gave out some love to the Valley Sickos in the chat and everyone who hangs out with us on a daily basis on Fan Appreciation Night, the last game of the regular season. But an award for you guys as well for showing up big for us pretty much every single day. Like, it's amazing to see so many of the icons and the names in the chat on a daily basis. It's been a blast, and we can't wait for playoffs to tip off so that things can ramp up even more. Okay, with that, stay tuned for the Cardinals show coming up next. For joining us, you can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_Suns. You can follow me at Lindsay Smith AZ. You can follow Saul at Saul_Bookman. You can follow Gerald at Gerald Bourget. And of course, you can follow Espo at Espo. Espo, take us home.
Buddha, come back. You can blame it all on Cliff. Ahoy, hoy.
Tell the Phoenix Metro, Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though, Lindsey, Gerald, Espo. Saw past the ball, we here to turn up the tempo. Got to understand.